When it comes to having potent sexual libido naturally, taking supplements, doing Kegel exercises, making your dick bigger, all these things can help, but in the long term, they often aren't going to give you the results they want. I mean, you find this information all over the place. Every influencer, every sexual health expert's talking about this superfood, this supplement, this exercise, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, some of it works, some of it helps. But from the amount of men that are sexually depleted, it's clear that it's a bit beyond just adding this thing to your diet, adding this thing. And it's actually about removing things. And the biggest secret I've found to sexual vitality is that it's not about adding things. It's not anything that costs money. It's completely free. And that's what you're gonna learn in this video. I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so you can manifest your ideal life. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe to support the channel and get your free ejaculation control course through the link in the video description below. So there's a definite rise in the amount of sexual health influencers and advisors on the internet. And I think it's great. You know, it's great that people are sharing information. It's great that there is support and resources out there. But it's also clear that there's a lot of people just trying to get views. There's a lot of people just trying to sell their supplements and things like that. And the integrity isn't always there. You know, for example, taking an herb like ashwagandha or tonkatali, yeah, it can have some benefits, but it's not going to work for everyone. And it's definitely not going to work long-term for deeply ingrained depletion and underlying issues. Almost everyone's saying do Kegel exercises. You'll last longer in bed. Your dick will get harder, all these things. Kegel exercises give you temporary results and can cause long-term damage. And how many times do you see, oh, this product or this exercise will make your dick bigger? Just like preying on men's insecurities. You don't need a bigger dick. There's nothing wrong with your dick in the first place. And anyone who tells you that is just trying to trigger your insecurities so you buy their bullshit that doesn't actually work. If dick enhancement products actually work, you'd probably be able to go to your local store and buy them. So all these things are just band-aids. They're often just distractions. And it's not to say that like supplements aren't beneficial, herbs aren't beneficial, certain exercises aren't beneficial. Obviously that's not the case. I talk about a lot of these things myself. But what I've really come to realize in the past couple of years is that for the state of humanity, the state of the health of the modern human in the year 2024, it's in a serious decline. And even though we overall have more access to all these amazing supplements and all this information on social media, I've noticed a pattern of sexual health becoming worse and worse. And I work with men they're into yoga, they're into all the, cutting edge health stuff. And sometimes they still struggle. They still struggle with erection issues. They still struggle with premature ejaculation. They still feel sexually depleted. So it's something deeper here. And it became extremely clear to me from my own experience. A few years ago, I personally was having libido issues, which was extremely abnormal for me. I'm a high sex drive person. And when I noticed myself having little sexual desire and sometimes having like weaker erections during sex, I was like, okay, something's up. I gotta look into this. And looking back on it now, I'm grateful that occurred because I learned a lot about my body. I learned a lot about optimizing my sexual health and my testosterone naturally. And of course, what I first did was like, okay, what herbs can I take? What supplements can I have? I had a ridiculous supplement stack. I was taking like 15 different supplements every day, just shoving down handfuls of capsules every day. I was adding more and more exercises to my routine. Like, well, I gotta do this thing for more blood flow into my genitals. Gotta hit my workouts harder. Gotta do more breath work. More. But none of it was working. Some things I would get a minor benefit from, like tonkatali it's a popular herb. Like the first time I took it, I got a major libido boost for a couple days. And then the next few days, my libido tanked even harder. And that continued as I would cycle on and off of Tomcat. I would take it for 4 days on and like 2 or 3 days off. And I would get 2 days of like a libido boost and then like 4 more days of like even lower libido. So to me, that wasn't sustainable. And eventually it became clear to me that my nervous system was fucked up. I was overstressed. I was doing too much. I had too much on my plate. I was working too hard. I was overcommitted, just basically overdoing everything that I was doing, which, it is a pattern for me. I'll admit, I'm a bit of an obsessive type. And what I did not have much of in my life was rest and stillness, calmness. I was just constantly like, gotta do this thing, gotta do that thing. I mean, even though, I'm a dedicated practitioner, I'm doing 3 hours of Qigong every day and meditation practices. That was still like, I gotta do this, gotta do that Qigong, gotta do this meditation. So it's coming from an underlying space of tension. You know what I mean? And at this time in my life as well, I was making a lot of transitions. I decided I wanted to spend a few months traveling. My wife and I, we got rid of a lot of our stuff. We moved out of the house we were living in and we just picked our most essential items, loaded up the car, and we road tripped for a while. And it was this amazing experience because it was one of letting go. And it was letting go of all this, material shit that I had around, all these comforts and things, and going back to living a bit lighter. And also this kind of schedule of traveling, being in new places, doing new things, it really minimized my own routine down to like, what's the most essential things? What's truly important to me? And very quickly, I found my sexual libido returning with a vengeance, even more so and more intensively. And this was really eye-opening to me. And once I eventually settled back down in a home again, I moved to Asheville, North Carolina, which, recently got its ass kicked by Hurricane Helene, and I had to leave temporarily. I really focused on more calmness in my life, more balance, like regulating my nervous system. Here's the realization. My nervous system was fucked up, overstressed, overtension, monkey mind, constantly busy, constantly feeling like I need to be doing something else and that it's not safe to just, relax and be. Once I started really incorporating more of that into my life, I was amazed at how much my sexual vitality improved. My testosterone levels improved. And so now basically I made that a priority to keep my nervous system regulated, to prioritize balance of my mind and body, calmness, essentially. And I'm still, I'm hitting the gym, I'm doing my workouts, I'm running a business, I'm doing all the things, but not at the expense of my own mental, physical, emotional health anymore. This is the story for people in modern life, 2024. Everyone's overstimulated. Everyone is consuming way too much information. I mean, looking at an electronic screen, sending all these EMF radiation, but all this information, just thinking, trying to digest all this information. And it's overwhelming the nervous system. Uncertainty about the future, uncertainty of the world, just all this mental information is overwhelming the nervous system. And so basically, when you can get back to the life of an organic human being, a bit more how things used to be in the good old days. I mean, I don't know about you, but I grew up in the 90s and we didn't have smartphones, we didn't have social media, we had real life stuff. We would ride bikes, we would build forts at our parents' backyards. We'd play hide and seek, we'd do real shit. When I was a teenager, we'd skateboard around, we'd, do whatever. We'd have real in-person meetups. And so it was a simpler time then, right? And in this digital world we're transitioning into, there's a lot of benefits to it, but the cost is just too much sensory stimulation, too much information. And the more you can take a break from that, the more it's going to regulate your system and your sexual vitality naturally improves. Because when your system is stressed, when your body, your mind, your nervous system is stressed, the first thing to go is sexual function, because you're now in a state of tension, fight or flight, survival mode, and your sexual vitality locks up. You burn up all your hormones, you release a lot of stress hormones, and you're sexually depleted. And when you're living life in this state on a day-to-day basis, supplements aren't going to help. You'll get a little bit of effect from them here and there, but it's not going to fix this. Doing more exercises is not going to fix this. Pharmaceutical drugs, they'll numb some of your symptoms, but it's going to cause more issues. So the only thing you can really do is take more off your plate. Prioritize stillness, prioritize rest, prioritize calmness. And here's some suggestions. You need rest, mental, physical, emotional. Take some quiet time. Dedicate an hour every day to getting out to nature, getting out to a park, to the forest, to a trail, somewhere to get out in nature. Turn off your smartphone. Don't listen to music. Don't listen to podcasts. Just walk. Be in your body. Notice your natural environment. Listen to the birds. Listen to the sound of your footsteps. Listen to the wind rustling through the leaves, and just feel your body, feel your breath. That is one of the most restorative things you can do. Go on a personal retreat. Go on a camping trip, something. Just get out of your normal routine and allow yourself some space to just be a little bit more. One of the best things you can do is to spend less time on screens, less time on social media, more time, again, in real life situations. Getting massages is actually a really amazing thing you can do as well. That really gets you into your body, releases tension from your system, whether that's hiring someone to do it or getting your partner to do it. Very, very important for the health of your nervous system. And here's something that personally was very helpful for me. Get a zero gravity chair. You can get these things for like $100 on Amazon and spend, 20 minutes to an hour a day just laying on this thing, just feeling your breath. I actually have a guided nervous system regulating practice, which is very, very beneficial. If you do this every day, it's going to really help release stress patterns and improve your vitality, therefore improving your libido. So basically, if you're a moderately healthy person and you're having sexual issues, I guarantee you that you have an unbalanced, dysregulated nervous system. And again, it doesn't matter what things you add on unless you start taking away the stressors that are constantly just hammering your nervous system, hammering your mind. It's only going to get worse. So be aware of that. This is really mental, physical health, the balance of your nervous system, more calmness, more rest, less stimulation, and it's going to have a profound effect on your sexual vitality. And this is really the only hope the human race has to not become sterilized, is to get back to being in the body and having a healthy, organic experience of not just living in this virtual reality of overstimulation, but being in the real world with some relaxation and some rest. And I just want to share now that like I'm currently experiencing the best sexual vitality I've experienced since I was 18 years old. And I mean that sincerely. And I'm not taking a ton of supplements. Like, yeah, I take some supplements. Obviously I take my essential minerals. There's a few like Chinese herbal formulas for kidney energy support I'll take occasionally, but I'm not doing any crazy supplement regimen. I eat a healthy diet. I prioritize keeping my mind calm. You know, I exercise, I hit the gym, I do my Qigong every day, I do my meditation, do a lot of it. And my libido has never been better. Detoxification is also important here, but the number one thing is balance your nervous system and your sexual vitality will tremendously improve. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give this video a like, support the channel. And if you'd like me to make more videos on regulating the nervous system, improving your sexual vitality, let me know in the comments below. Have a great day, my friends.